Welcome to our cozy corner of tales and legends, where the bravest heroes and magical worlds come alive. Tonight, we're traveling to the enchanting lands of Scandinavia, where the mythical gods of Norse legends roamed and the mighty Thor was about to embark on a thrilling adventure. With roots in ancient Scandinavian folklore, this captivating story has been passed down through generations, and now it's time to share it with you. Let's begin our journey to discover how the mighty Thor got his incredible hammer.
How Thor Got His Hammer, Part 1. Welcome back, Story Wave surfers, to the next album in the Norse mythology series, The Gods of Asgard. In the previous album, we heard about the creation of the world, the land of the gods, Asgard, and about Odin, the all-wise god who ruled over them. In this album, we hear about three other gods, namely Thor and his hammer Mjolnir, goddess Idun and her golden apples of immortality, and god Frey, who fell in love with a giantess. So, no more waiting. Let's ride the story waves. Have you ever wondered how the days of the week got their names? Sunday was named for the sun, and Monday was named after the moon. Thursday, also known as Thor's Day, was named after the Norse god Thor. Thor was the son of Odin. He was a very powerful god, whose responsibility was to protect both Asgard and Midgard, and he did so with the help of his hammer. This story tells us how Thor first got his hammer. There is another god in this story called Loki, but he is a mischievous god who always falls into trouble or causes trouble for others. Thor, who was also the god of thunder and lightning, lived in Thrudvang, or Thunderworld, in a beautiful palace called Bilskirnir. One day his wife Sif fell asleep in the courtyard of the palace. She had beautiful long hair, which fell in golden waves around her shoulders. It sparkled in the brilliant sunshine and was a delightful sight to behold. The god of mischief, Loki, was passing by the garden when he happened to see Sif and her lustrous hair. Now Loki, as was his wont, had to do something to spoil the lovely scene. He decided to cut Sif's hair and take away that one thing her husband Thor was very proud of. Loki snuck in, silent as a thief, and very carefully cut off Sif's golden hair and disappeared with every single strand of it, so that no evidence of his misdeed was left behind. Sif woke up a little while later and was shocked and upset to see that she no longer had her beautiful hair. She went and hid herself in one of the rooms in the palace, as she feared Thor's anger when he saw that her hair, which was a source of joy for him, had been cut off. When Thor returned, he was surprised to see that Sif was not waiting for him. He was used to seeing her waiting at the threshold of their home, where one tender look from her eyes would make Thor forget all the troubles he faced during the day. He was suddenly afraid that something could have happened to her when he was away, and so he went searching from room to room in the huge palace. He found her behind a pillar, weeping bitterly, holding her head between her hands. In between sobs, she told Thor all that had happened. Upon hearing this, Thor was greatly angered. Lightning flashed from his eyes, and the walls of the palace trembled with the force of his anger. "I know who did this. It must be the mischievous god Loki, and I will make him pay for it," said Thor as he walked with thunderous footsteps to Asgard, where he found Loki. So fearful did Thor look when he caught hold of him, that Loki not only confessed to his crime, but also promised Thor that he would restore Sif's hair to its former glory. "I'll get the elves to make a beautiful crown of golden hair for Sif, which will look better than the hair she had," said Loki. Thor was more intent on returning Sif's hair and making her happy than punishing Loki, and so he let him go, after making him promise that he would get the new hair without delay. The elves, called Ivaldi's sons, lived in the deep, gloomy underground, where they had their smithy, in which they produced wonderful works of gold and brass. Loki went to them and said, "Make haste and make for me a crown of golden hair. It should grow like any other hair on the head of the one who wears it." The elves agreed and got down to work, and in no time at all had readied a crown of golden hair which could grow like normal hair. In addition to this, they gave Loki Gungnir, the spear which would hit any target no matter how strong or weak the wielder was, and Skidbladnir, a very famous ship which would always find the best wind to set sail. Loki took these gifts to Asgard and began to boast about the wonderful creation of the elves. "No one can better the sons of Ivaldi when they work on metal. All the other dwarves are as skilled as children when compared to them," said Loki in a proud, haughty voice. There were some other hard-working elves who lived in Asgard, and one of them, called Brock, happened to overhear Loki's boasts. He did not like the fact that the work of the sons of Ivaldi was being praised, when his own brother Sindri was a master craftsman and was considered the best in the world. "My brother Sindri is a skilled craftsman, and he can make wonderful things out of gold, silver, and iron. More better than any other person in the whole world," said Brock to Loki. "Who is this Sindri?" asked Loki in a mocking tone. "Ask him to make better gifts than the ones I have bought, and he can have my head in return." Loki was so sure that no one could make better gifts than the ones made by the sons of Ivaldi, and so had confidently challenged Brock. But Brock was equally confident in his brother's abilities, and accepting the challenge, he made his way to his own smithy, where he found his brother Sindri. This brings us to the end of episode 1. Join us in episode 2 to see if Brock's brother Sindri can fashion better gifts than the ones brought by Loki, and if Thor's mighty hammer Mjolnir is one of them. The end.
As we conclude the tale of how Thor got his hammer, remember that perseverance and cleverness can help overcome even the most daunting challenges. Download the Storywaves app from Apple or Android app stores to explore more enchanting stories from our Norse Stories collection and cultures around the world. A Storywaves subscription costs less than $1 a month, making it one of the most affordable ways to bring quality stories to your family. All new stories are available on the Storywaves app, and the most exciting content is only available on the app. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow Storywaves on Instagram, TikTok, and Spotify for updates on upcoming content. Thank you warmly for watching.